misses throughout the evening, welcome to the Comedian of the Year competition! Woo! Half of you don't know what you've come to. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bumper night tonight, so we'll get on with this first section. Are you ready for your first wonderful contestant of this section? Can you please put your hands together in a clapping motion? Clapping, clapping, louder, louder! Please welcome Jetro Gainza!
Hello, hello, hola, hola, beautiful people. How are we? Great. My name is Jetro. I am from Chile, Latin America. Oh, thank you. Woo. I wish Australian immigration reacted like that. Apologies for the accent. My English is not very good, but fuck it. Tonight I give crack. What's so funny? I'm not from Australia, but I've been learning a lot about your culture. And so I have an Australian housemate, and he showed me this trick with the Tim Tam and the cup of tea. You know it? Yeah? For the ones that don't know it, so he one day grabbed a Tim Tam, he bite one corner, and then he bite the other corner, and then he used the Tim Tam as a straw to snort cocaine. Shit, I've never seen that thing in my continent before. I was like, dude, that's so bad for your health, like overdose or diabetes. Por qué no los dos? Oh, yeah. Guys, I've been in this country for a couple years, and I wonder if this happens to you. Still up to this point, every week I cannot figure out, get inside my head, which weeks you take out the red bean or the yellow bean. Nobody knows in my street, nobody, there's one guy that knows, and we all copy what he does. Does it happen to you as well? Every week. I'm like, mate, if like the guy one day puts a blue bean, I will fucking go to Bunnings, buy a blue bean, put it outside my house to be part of this society. You know what you mean? And like recently, I think like a few weeks ago it happened, summertime, school holidays, the guy was not in the house. And the whole street, and the next day the truck was coming, and the whole street were like, ay caramba. I mean, I said that, they didn't, ay caramba, what are we gonna do? And I was like, okay, somebody has to take the initiative. So I said, ini, mini, mini, mo, dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo para darle alegría y cosa buena. Hey, Macarena! Ah! Sorry, got carried away. Now the front line here is pregnant. So I put the red bean outside and the green bean. And of course, 10 minutes later, the whole street full of red bean and green beans. And of course, the next day, the recycling yellow bean comes. I swear, the guy turns on my street and he's like, fuck, not again. I came with the wrong truck. Beautiful people, enjoy your night. Ciao, ciao.
Keep that round of applause going. Louder, louder, a bit more enthusiastic. Come on, let's go for it. Let's welcome Jack Smith.
Hola, beautiful people. Nah, I'm just kidding. How you going? You alright? Oh, man. How you doing? It's quite a little Clark Kent I got going with them, isn't it? You know? Go from a drug dealer to a barista real fucking quick, you know what I'm saying? Slinging crack to a bit of a long Mac, yeah? Smoking darts to studying the arts? Alright, hang in there, guys, one more. Fuck boy to cuck boy. Nice, I'm just seeing where the line is, guys, you know? As you guys can tell, fan of lines. All right, there we go. That's where it is. How are we doing? So, World's Greatest Shave's coming up, whereas my people call it charitable appropriation. What can we talk about? Fuck, I really probably should have been a bit more prepared than this. Do my worst. Oh, fuck yeah, nice. All right. Worst joke I got. Alright, so I'm trying to be a better boyfriend, I really am. And my partner recently lost a couple of unwanted kilos. And I thought, beautiful, I'll compliment her on this. She told me, terrible thing to do after an abortion. Too far? I'll tell you what, well, we can do a little palate cleanser. Sound good? I'll give you my absolute cleanest joke, alright? So I was walking along the other day and I tripped over this pile of straw and I was just like, hey. Silly. Alright, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm a big fan of the pussy, you know, or as the Buddhists call it, the respawn point. Yeah. I've got a partner of 6 years, love her to bits. I don't really see what she sees in me, you know, like got no hair, no money, I'm more foreskin than shaft. I'm actually super terrified of getting stopped by Border Force one day. They're like, why are you smuggling this aardvark, you know? But yeah, 6 years, it's amazing, you know, I love it. But, you know, like every day's the same after 6 years. How's your day? Not bad. How's your day? Not bad. Stop wanking on the good towels. You know what I'm talking about, hey? You look like you wank on towels. You laughed way too quickly, too. It's crazy times we're living in, guys, you know? Anyone else feeling me? It's pretty crazy out there. Like house prices higher than 2020 Ben Cousins. Price of venison, that's a little dear. It's a silly one, isn't it? Alright. I'll finish up with this, guys, because it is crazy times. Did anyone else see Trump getting re-elected? No? Yeah? It's crazy. The last president before him to get re-elected was Obama. I guess orange really is the new black. Thanks, guys.
Keep the round of applause going, dear Father. Back to this section. Keep it going. Louder, louder, louder. Please welcome Tahlia Baker. Bit taller than George. How are we all going? Fuck yeah. You guys can't tell now because I'm built a little bit like a linebacker. But I was actually really good at Taekwondo when I was younger. Like I used to be on the Australian team. Thank you. That was my coach. Yeah, but I used to, I'm going to be honest, did not bring home a lot of glory for us. I'm sorry. Turns out I was in it for the free tracksuit. But I did represent us really well in the other great Australian pastime. You know, the art of fucking with people who aren't Australian. With things about Australia that just aren't true. Right, like I was in America in 2016 before it got bad, and this guy came up to us, obviously because we're wearing Australian gear, all the Americans come and ask stupid questions like a moth to a flame, except moths have more brain cells, right? And this guy went, you know, are these real? And he showed me like a mangy koala, and I had to be like, it's showtime, right? And I said, mate, that koala just has chlamydia. Kind of fucked up he brought it up actually, but pulled this trick out of my playbook and I said, look, my government doesn't want you to know this, but this is a drop bear. And I showed him the picture of the local meth head in front of Coles. Right, because you've got to think about the long game, right? Eventually people are going to come here, right? It's a cost of living crisis, we can all agree. They're going to put into Google, cheap coastal accommodation Perth. What's going to come up? Rockingham. And what's in Rockingham, according to my government? A lot of fucking drop bears. Okay, I'm playing fucking chess. Right, before I start this next bit, does everyone know what an eshay is? Cool. If you don't know, it's those white kids that play Kendrick on the train and think they're gangster, but they get off at Subiaco and their parents are still together. Those kids, okay? Right? But you can split the time of the eshay to BV and AV, before vapes, after vapes, right? And in the BV times, I'll stop by like a group of them, a flock, I guess, a community-based order, and they asked me, Miss, can you buy us a pack of ciggies? And I thought, fuck it, why not? So I turned to their leader, who I knew was their leader, because he had the longest rat tail I've ever seen in a 14-year-old.
You know the kind where you feel like if you pulled it like a rip start, you'd go, fuck you, dog can't stab you? That one. And I said, mate, if you can spell cigarettes start to finish, I'll buy you and your friends a pack of whatever you want. And he went, S. Out, immediately out. I walked away and thought, thank fuck, because I don't know how to spell cigarette either. Thank you, I've been Tahlia Baker.
Please welcome the brilliant Thabo Tshuma!
All right, W, what's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Hell yeah, baby. I'm so happy to be here. Folks, I'm celebrating 20 years in Australia this year. Thank you very much. Thank you. I spent 10 of that in Queensland. I don't have the accent because I'm university educated. But I'm loving being here in WA. I used to think this place was boring until I rode on the Mandurah train line. You guys been on the fucking Mandurah train line lately? Jesus fucking, what is happening on the fucking... You ever just watch, like, I saw a couple get on at Mandurah, break up at Coburn, get back together at Murdoch, and they were expecting a new baby at Elizabeth Quay. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It's fucked up, man. This place is crazy, man. A lot of you guys are crazy people. Like, I've been hearing tell that W is gonna secede from Australia. Fuck, man, do it. Come on, man, it'd be so much fun, wouldn't it? Chicken Treat becomes the largest corporation in the country. Fucking Basil becomes the president. If you think he's doing cocaine now, fuck. Put him on that presidential shit, man. Getting blown while signing orders and shit. Be great, man. Probably try to invade Bali at one point. You know, just 200 jet skis off the coast of Rottnest. You know, I'm eating nasi goreng tonight! Fuck yeah, man. We need that energy. Hell yeah, man. There is a few things that pissed me off, though. Like, I got sued by a fucking magpie. Guys, we gotta deal with these fucking magpies. Hey, there was a sign up that said, if you get sued by a magpie, you have to leave it alone. You guys seen this shit? You have to leave it alone if it swoops you. And I'm like, guys, you can't let these fucking birds get away with this. You can't do it. Could you imagine if an African bird swooped an African? We would have that motherfucker in the cuisine that night. You understand me? Like, he would swoop himself into being a dish. Magpie, it's in the fucking branding already, guys. You need to do something about it, you know what I mean? Look, the same way you guys have a magpie problem, we used to have a white rhino problem. And now there's 6 of them motherfuckers left. That's right. Put them on the endangered list for 6 months and see what happens. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm having a good time. It was actually my girlfriend's birthday today. She just turned 18. Thank you. Been together now 4.5 years, and I'm kidding. I don't know her birthday. I've never learned it. She gets pissed off at me, right? Because she wants me to be more verbal, like in bed. She wants me to dirty talk a lot more. And I don't know what to say. She's like, babe, make me feel like a dirty girl. So I'm like, all right, take that, you wheelie bin. Yeah, you're not even recycling. You're general waste, you little. Yeah, you're a red bin, not a yellow bin. You little. Containers for change. Take that bottle right there. That's That's 10 cents right there. That's good money. That's been my time. I'm Thabo Tshuma. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Nikki Justice.
Hello everyone, it's great to be here. I'm a single mum. Don't usually get to fucking applause, guys. Fuck you. I'm also a special needs mum. My oldest son's autistic. He was late diagnosed at the age of 13, and we had to sit down recently and have the conversation with him and let him know that he had autism. And this is what he said. That part's very important. This is what he said. I didn't say it. He said. This is what he said. Don't shoot the messenger. He said it. He said, not me. He said, what am I, a fucking retard? And I was like, oh, honey, no, of course not. We're not allowed to call you that anymore. So obviously he's fucking verbal. In fact, he doesn't shut the fuck up. This kid talks incessantly and he's a straight up fucking savage. His issues are with communication and social cues, and as his mum, I have copped the brunt of his brutal honesty all his life. So when he says something nice to you, you fucking hold on to it, because it could be another 5 years before you hear it again. And I just got back from doing comedy in the UK, and when I got back, he said to me, "Mum, I'm proud of you." And then he continued in his monotone voice and said, "Yeah, Mum, I never thought you were going to achieve anything meaningful in your life. And you've exceeded my expectations." And in that moment I just thought, wow, maybe non-verbal wouldn't have been so bad. Oh fuck, we'll give the kid a break. Mum did used to be a stripper. Checks out. Come out here dressed like a fucking chunky Barbie doll. I wasn't a very good stripper though. I can't dance for shit. I was the ray gun of strippers. But unlike ray gun, I knew that was a skill I didn't possess and I quit. Stupid bitch. My dad was a drug dealer. I think some of his customers are here tonight. And my mum worked in a brothel as a whore, in case you thought she was on reception or something. She definitely wasn't. She was also on steroids. Sounds like a man. Could you imagine that? Ring up, hang up. No good. But growing up with your parents in that kind of line of work, like, okay, I should address the fact that the apple didn't fall too far away from the fucking tree. If that tree was planted on Whore Island. Just like a tree, Mum and I have both had a lot of roots. I don't understand. That joke always does the best, and it's like my low-hanging fruit is there for the taking. Anyway, so when I was growing up, that could make things a little bit tricky. Like, my parents were doing their best. They wanted to give me a better life than what they had. And, you know, society judges for what they did, but they don't judge what they spent their money on. Like, all that that paid for me to go to private school. And so I was a Christian in a Christian school, and I did miss out on some things. Like, I couldn't take my mum and dad to school for career day. That could get awkward. Could you imagine? We get there, little Jessica's dad's a cop. That makes my dad nervous. So he fucks off, he's in the science room, starts playing with the Bunsen burners. Starts to look like a fucking scene from Breaking Bad. And I'm getting confused because half the dads aren't making eye contact with my mum. And the other half are calling her Cinnamon. I didn't get it, it's not a name, it's Wendy. I have anxiety. Does anyone struggle with anxiety? Yep. Yeah, that's why. You shouldn't pick on the anxious people. They're like, But because of my anxiety, I'm a big believer in the power of orgasms for mental health. And that's not just because of my own extensive research. Scientifically proven, fact. And I did try medication. I was prescribed Lexapro, and one of the side effects of the Lexapro meant I could no longer have an orgasm. So I had to make a choice between those and my mental health, and guess what I chose? So now I am a chronic masturbator for health reasons. I self-medicate with a subscription to Pornhub. But Pornhub, I don't know who else is on there, but I'm on there a fair bit, and it's getting pretty weird, like, even for me. One of the most common forms of porn at the moment in Australia is all this sibling porn, and I just don't get it. I think that's so weird because I have a stepdad, and his dick doesn't even taste that good. I'm kidding, I don't even have a stepdad anymore. They broke up after that. Thank you.
Nikki Justice! Need a round of applause going! Need a round of applause going! Need a round of applause going! Oh.
Africa. Nothing book. Nah, I'm fucking around. I speak English. Come on. Oh Lord, what a beautiful multicultural looking room we have. Yeah. And by multicultural, 50 Shades of White. Oh God. I feel like I'm on the set of that movie, Get Out. Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Emo Majok, and I'm from South Sudan. My country is the youngest country in the world. We got our independence back in 2011, and we've since found some minerals, agriculture, oil. I probably shouldn't mention that for any fucking Westerners. But we've been fucking developing our country. We've been developing it. We've just recently had our first team make it to the Olympics. No, you weren't impressed? Like you guys were just kicking ass and fucking breakdancing, were you? Not impressed, okay. I love touring. I tour in the U.S. a lot. I love touring in the U.S., man. I feel like African Americans are like African cousins. They're pretty much just Africans that got caught. And every 4 years, they remind you at the Olympics you'll never catch them again. I'm in a relationship. Me and my partner, we're polar opposites. I live in Perth. She's in Canada. Like we're in a relationship, and I love this woman. I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman. But we have our odds stacked against us. You know what I mean? Like religion's a big one. Like I'm Christian and she's Muslim. Like she's not your conventional Muslim. She's modern. Like she talks back and that. 1.9 billion Muslims. I got that one. It was Ramadan recently, like last year, like the spiritual month. Of course, my girlfriend, she wasn't fasting because she already knows she's going to hell. Because apparently the sex we have is haram. But my boy Rami, he's like super religious, especially during Ramadan. Like he was keeping up with Israel-Palestine stuff. You know what I mean? He posted on Instagram. The caption said, "Israel bombs the Rafah border." And I wrote in the comment section, I said, "Oh man, when will this end?" And my boy Rami goes, "Only Allah knows." I was like, "Rami, come on, let's not jump the gun. Like, Jesus might know too, you know?" I just flew in from New Zealand. That was cool, man. I was in New Zealand. As soon as I arrived, I noticed right off the bat that New Zealand had like a real bad coke problem. So, I was fucking disgusted. I took the first flight out to Sydney, where the coke was way better. But I noticed that Sydney had a homeless problem though. Like I saw this one guy, he was homeless. He looked like he was freshly homeless. Like he had just became homeless. He asked me for a couple dollars and I gave it to him. But I gave him some advice too, you know? I said, "Mate, just go back home and apologize to her. It's not worth it." I've recently upgraded in life. I've moved houses. I used to live in Mirrabooka, obviously. But I live in Maylands now. Yes. Yes. Massive fucking upgrade. Went from living around poor black people to now living around poor white people. And every now and then I get like a random white guy come up and ask me for loose change. Me. And I give it to them. I do have to get out of here, but I leave you with this. I was in the US last year, and I got into a little bit of altercation because they love their fucking guns over there. You know what I mean? I was at Disneyland, and this guy, I don't know how he managed to sneak a gun into Disneyland, but he did. And I was taking a selfie with Black Panther, but then this cowboy with a gun sneaked up on me, and I freaked out, just whacked him. Pissed everybody off. You should have seen it. There was kids crying and shit. "Mom, why is he bashing Woody?" Like. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Emo Majok.
Give it up for Emo Majok! Yes! Need a round of applause going! Louder, louder, louder! Please welcome Rory
Hello. Hell yeah, man, it's lovely to be here. I just got engaged, which is lovely. Oh, thank you, women. That's always what happens, man. The girls are always so stoked about it. The girls are so stoked. Every time you tell a girl you're in love, they're like, oh my God, so fucking lovely. We love that for you. It's amazing. It's so good, dolls. Fuck yeah. And then all the tradies are like, mate, that's a bit fucking gay. But I have a very different relationship, right? I thought as a man, I'd be a protector, I'd be a provider. That's what I thought I had to be as a man. But I can't protect my girlfriend. The reason is, she is stronger than me. And I mean physically stronger, by the way. Emotionally, I've got it. But physically, she's so much stronger. She's a stunt double, my girl. So she's jacked, bro. She's so strong. Like, so strong. Like, she's the masculine and I'm the feminine. Like, she's so strong, dude. Like, she picks me up when we fuck. It's wild. Yeah, I'm on the pill. Yeah, she pulls out. I don't know how. And like, I want to be a hero, you know? I want to save her day. I want to protect her in rough times, you know? So I've been trying to figure out what she's afraid of so I can set it up. And I figured it out the other day, right? What happened was we were driving in the car, right? We were driving along in the car. I say we were driving, she was driving. I'm more of a passenger princess. I was doing my lip gloss in the mirror. And a singular pigeon flew at the car. And my girl screamed, ducked, and swerved out the way. And I was like, babe, what the fuck just happened? And she was like, a pigeon was coming at us. And I was like, I reckon we would have won that. And I was like, are you scared of pigeons? Like, you get set on fire and jump off buildings. You're a stunt woman. She goes, I'm terrified of pigeons. I was like, fucking awesome. So that night when she fell asleep, I started throwing breadcrumbs out the window so I could attract a gang of pigeons to the house. So in the morning I could kick through the door, go all Angry Birds on them, and save the day and protect my lady. That didn't happen. What happened was magpies came. And I'm terrified of magpies. Because I'm not from this country, I'm from northeast England. Right now, magpies are fucking lovely. We sing songs about them, they sing songs to us. They're like woodland folklore creatures. They're beautiful, they're so nice. They fly past you like a governor. They're lovely. Not here. Your magpies are on drugs. And I know they're on drugs because I saw one of them swoop a meth head in Northbridge and come up with his baggie. I've seen it. So I've been trying to figure out how to get a pigeon to my house. So I Googled it. I was like, can I get a pigeon delivered? And Google was like, for $175, we will send you a carrier pigeon. I was like, a carrier pigeon? We're still doing carrier pigeons? And Google was like, for $175, we're fucking are? Yes. I was like, no problems, bye. And then Google went, shipping is $350 for a carrier pigeon. Just give it my fucking address. For $350, I could buy a bag of cocaine, go to the park, and catch 12 myself. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. I'm Rory Lowe. Cheers.
Right, we've got another act coming to the stage. On the count of three, please welcome to the stage Tony Burton. 3, 2, 1, Missen live!
All right, settle down. I've only got 3 minutes. I didn't get that much on my honeymoon, so let's get on with it. I'm no good at timing, so I've got my phone, put it on vibrate. It'll tell me time, so when I get an erection, someone pull me off. I got 3 kids. I'm 69 years old, 3 kids, 1 of each. And when you come to naming kids, there's some strange names out there. And I was stuck, so my hero was Dave Beckham. His first child was called Brooklyn. Does anyone know why? Any idea? Because he was conceived in Brooklyn. And I thought that's a great idea. So my first child was called Pool Table. And I was going through a deep screw and I forgot to chalk up. And it was bad. And the pub kicked me out. But anyway. And the second child's called Disabled Toilet. And the other one's called Arsehole. No, nothing conception. I just don't like her very much, that's all. Anyway, true story, I'm getting on a bit. I was in hospital in Joondalup having a colostomy, camera up the bum. And this nurse was praying me. She said, Tony, you're from the gym. You teach my kids trampolining. And I turned around and said, fuck me, you could tell from there. Fame at last. But anyway, now, I think you're quite a young crowd, Sarah young. But as you get older, me, I don't know about it anymore, older, your dick gets smaller. I'm convinced my dick is getting smaller. There was the days of, we used to see eye to eye many occasions. And now I look down, there's a small dead bird and a nest of silvery pubes. And anyway, further proof, I was giving my wife one the other day, slipping her portion. And she said, Justin, who the fuck's Justin? She said, no, that's the progress report. Anyway, put me off a bit. Now, I wanted to become, when you get older, you look back in your life. What could I have done? I'm a gymnastics and trampoline coach, honestly. With that. And I wanted to be a gynecologist when I was younger. I mean, who doesn't? But I failed the entrance exam. I just couldn't get in. It was a great shame. But anyway. Now, if you're married, bear with me on this one. You spend most of your day getting through it and not having to say, what have I done to fuck you off this time? So, I was trying to keep my wife happy. My old aunt had died in England. She'd been in the hospital 3 or 4 months. She left a beautiful bracelet. It was silver, solid silver, Edwardian. And I gave it to my wife, keep her happy. Was she happy? No. She said, what does DNR stand for? But anyway, didn't get away with that one. And lovely woman, my wife, lovely woman. Lousy tasting men. And she was out walking the dogs, got bitten by a dugite. No, don't laugh, it was sad. I took it to the vet, but it still died. It was very bad. Now, I also deal a lot with autism. A lot of kids got autistic issues. And a lot of the boys do a thing called stimming. Does anyone know what stimming is? No? Yeah? They take an object, could be, well, there's no lead. There could be a lead, it could be a bit of rope, and they work it in a rhythmic, smooth manner. It calms them down, settles them down. And my wife thinks I'm on the autistic spectrum, you see, because I stim a lot. Well, she calls it masturbation, anyway. But, listen, I think my time is up, but I started with an erection and finished with a wank. Can't be bad.
Right, guys, we're at the final act of this section. Let me get my big bit of paper out, right? His name is Jack Stewart. So, for the final time for this first section, please put your hands together. Welcome to the stage, Jack Stewart!
I recently got told that I look like I'm transitioning. I can't tell what from or to, can you? I think I just look like I'm taking pills for something. No, I am transitioning. I'm transitioning into a Korean woman. Alright, risky joke. I recently got asked to host a community awards night, and they were like, you need to be funny. I go, alright, I'll give them this one. And I did that joke, and 3 white people put in a complaint, so... And 15 Koreans, sorry. I thought it was sweet though, because I cleared it with my Korean mate first. I called her and I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. She was like, Nick, that is so funny. She didn't say it like that, because if I said it the way that she said it, then I really would be racist. So I go in, I do this joke, it bombs horribly, I go out and I call her and I go, Stella, I thought you said it was funny. She was like, it is funny, but I'm Chinese, so... She hates me and Koreans. I have very small hands, very small and delicate. The worst thing that's happened to me is I got a compound stress fracture in this bone here once from shaking a tradie's hand. And she didn't go on a second date with me, so having a good time. So I'm a bit frazzed. I literally just got, the weirdest thing happened to me tonight at a bar down the road. I walked into a bar to go to the toilet, and this woman who was in like her mid-70s, she had short spiky hair. I went to go past her, she was dancing on the dance floor, and this woman grabs me in like a Muay Thai clench. Like this, and then she shoves her pelvis into me, and I was like, what the fuck is going on in Perth? I don't understand. She pulls away, looks at me and goes, everybody's good looking after a few drinks. And I still don't know if she was talking about me or her, so I just went to America. Give me a woo if you've been to America recently. Fuck, you're depressed. Woo, we're not going back. I love America. Do you guys know that Americans have invented a mental illness so they can carry their dog wherever they want? You guys heard of anxiety? It's crazy. You go in a little doctor's office, you get a little script, you can take your little dog wherever you want. I didn't know this, and I walked into a bar and a guy was sitting there with a French bulldog. And I was like, hey man, can I pat your dog? And this guy was like, no, this is a service dog. I was like, all right, what type of service is this cute thing going to do? What's it do? Sniff cancer or something? That's the reaction my friends had. They start yelling at me. They're like, you can't say that. It's obviously for anxiety. People have guns here. Chill the fuck out. Get away from him. And I was like, guys, I didn't know French bulldogs could smell anxiety. I didn't know they could smell anything without a CPAP machine. Thought their only special skill was being inbred into oblivion. All right, splits the room, but the more inbred they are, the more expensive they are. They're no different to private school kids. So, all right, see you later. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Okay, we got another act coming to the stage, so put your hands together for Aaqib Merchant!
Hello. Hey guys. I hope my accent is not too thick for you. Yeah. Is it alright? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, bro. Because when I came to this country, I struggled with my accent a lot. Like I had to literally spell things out whenever I was talking to a white person. And I think all Indians have to do that. All Indians have to literally spell things out when they're speaking to a white person. I think that's the reason why it's only Indian kids who win spelling bees, you know? I'm Muslim. Allahu Akbar, brother. Okay, cool. Thanks. Relax. It's okay. This is not a hijacking. There's no hijacking. I mean, relax. Chill, dude. I'm Muslim, and my parents are very conservative. So just to piss my parents off, I have decided to put my foreskin back on. I'm a mischievous guy. The other day I was walking on the street and I saw a car, and the car was incorrectly parked, and the car had a note on it. The note said, "Learn to park, you fucking asshole." So I took that note and I put it on a perfectly parked car. I have a father, you know. He comes up to me and he gives me random fucking advice when I didn't ask for it. Like the other day he came up to me and he's like, "Hey Aaqib, a wise man is a man of few words." And I didn't really want to speak to him. So I said, "Okay." And my dad was like, "Damn, this guy's a quick learner." And I wanted to pass on the advice to the next guy. So I went up to the next guy and I was like, "A wise man." And I left it there. It's pretty cool, man. I've recently started seeing someone, you know, and we're in the honeymoon phase of the relationship. So she asked me this trap question. She was like, "Hey Aaqib, which part of my body do you like the most? Exactly, I can't be honest and say ass. You know, I can't just say it out loud. So I had to think of a poetic way of saying it. So I was like, what if I tell her the eyes are the windows to your soul? But that's too cliche, and I'm better at math than I'm at literature. So what came out of my mouth was, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, which holy fucking shit, that fucking killed me, dude. I was driving in the CBD one night, you know. I think Friday night is the worst time to drive in the CBD. Because there's all these drunk fuckers just walking around, you know. And I approached like a red pedestrian signal, but I couldn't drive through the red pedestrian signal because out of nowhere there was this 19-year-old drunk entitled white boy who spawned right in front of my car. And not only that, he had no guilt or remorse while he was crossing my car, and in fact he did a fucking ballerina right in front of my car. And I was like, brother, if you did this in my country, I could run you over so bad, I could sell your body and my car both for parts. And actually fucking to the same guy. I can sell it to the same guy. And the disrespect didn't stop over there. This guy stopped right in front of my car and started giving me the air wang for no fucking reason. And I was like, I don't want this guy's imaginary cum on my car. So I turned on the wiper fluid just to play along with this guy. You know? But this guy just fucking kept on going, you know? And I was like, how am I gonna compete with this man's infinite imaginary semen? Eventually, I just ran out of wiper fluid, you know? So that's how that fucking story ends. Thank you guys, you've been a great crowd. Cheers, bye.
On the count of three, welcome to the stage, Sander Oigus!
Hello, Australia! Hello, I am Sander. I am from Estonia. No, if you've ever been, then no. First of all, let's very quickly address it. Yes, I have a weird accent, but it's fine. I actually speak English as a third language. Right? Wow! Smart and sexy. You wanna fuck off there? But I do speak English as a third language. The first one is obviously Estonian. Anyone wanna guess the second one? Alcoholism. So yes, everyone was correct. Maybe quickly something about my lovely home country. It's an amazing place. It's not super developed. Like, for example, we don't have food allergies yet. We just have diarrhea sometimes, or trouble breathing when we have a Snickers. I love being here. I love traveling, but especially Australia. I fucking love Perth, cause like coming from an actual shithole, you appreciate another one. No. But I do like traveling, but have you guys noticed there are like things everyone tells you about traveling, and then there are way more important things no one fucking tells you. Like coming here, everyone warned me about jet lag. Oh my god, like jet lag is so jet lag is fucking yeah, jet lag is fucking crazy. Ooh, I'm sleepy, slightly early. But like what no one told me, when I left Estonia, it was minus 24 degrees. When I landed here during the heat wave, it was plus 43. I did 67 degrees in 32 hours. Fuck jet lag. I had sweat lag. So sorry I did the dance there. I was afraid you're not gonna like this one and I have to dance my way out of it. Maybe something else about my lovely home country. Estonian men are very optimistic. How optimistic are Estonian men? I will tell you a story. My friend has the, what are they called? The automatic robot vacuum men. Oh, Roomba, sorry, thank you. Back home it's called the Sergei. It doesn't clean, but it takes your freedom. Oh my God, a war joke inside a vacuum joke. This guy is going places. A Roomba, thank you, also has a dog. Right. One day the dog was home alone, and at some point a poop happened. And that is fine, we're not gonna judge the dog, sometimes poop happens. Couple hours later, the vacuum went to do its thing and it found the poop. And not to get too dirty, let's make it into a fun little metaphor. Let's say it was too big of a mouthful. Let's also say most got stuck in his teeth. Now, if I tell you the whole house was covered, I'm not exaggerating. But how optimistic are Estonian men? My friend got home, found his whole house painted in shit. Looked me straight in the eyes and said, "What the fucking machine? It really goes from corner to corner." It had good spread, apparently. Okay, you guys are being so nice. I'm gonna try a joke I've never tried in English. So, what do you guys think? Do Siamese twins both have like an individual passport? Or do they staple them together from the corner? No! Like, I'm no expert, but also you're not gonna take them on separate trips, right? Sorry. I have 30 seconds left. I'm gonna end on something. I'm gonna tell you something that makes me happy, something that brings me joy in my life. My mom, a lovely lady, she's 63 years old. Just this year joined social media, right? But because she joined social media in her 60s, she doesn't understand the rules. Like, you know, like we don't waste words online, the minimum amount of get to the fucking point. But my mom writes to me online like I went missing in World War I. No, you know, dear son, I hope this letter finds you safely. Everything is good back home. The winter took your brother. That's my time. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Final act for this evening, everybody, right? Come on, let's give him some love, right? Okay. On the count of three, I want you to welcome to the stage Aditya Gautam.
Yeah. They're a white guy, then they're a woman, then they're trans, now Indian. Yeah, it's full circle. Here's the thing, before coming to Australia, I had no idea how Indian I looked. How do you tell? Like, there was no way to tell. Like, no one was asking me for recommendations to an Indian restaurant in India. You know what I mean? It's interesting fact, no Indian restaurants in India. Just restaurants here. I came here and I was like, man, I could be from 100 different countries with brown people. This is great. I think I choose Portuguese. Who doesn't want to be Portuguese? They're sexy. Didn't turn out like that. People kept recognizing me as Indian wherever I went. I went to a beach for the first time in Australia and someone was like, hey man, where in India are you from? I was like, how? They couldn't even tell how brown I was because I was wearing a full sleeve buttoned up shirt, jeans, tie, you know, I was just dressed to impress. This has happened to me once. Someone started hurling racial abuses at me. Like, you fucking Indians are like this, you fucking Indians are like that. And I was like taken aback. I was like, hey man, don't assume my nationality like that, firstly, you know. And secondly, sure, don't give me your credit card details. I hung up. Whatever. This has happened to me. Someone sat in the back of my car. Yeah. Twice. Fuck you all. Won't happen to any of you fuckers. Just sat. One part of me was so angry. I was like, what a racist bigot. Fucking asshole. How could he assume? But this other part of me took over. I don't know why. And I was like, all right, give me $20. I will drop you. I couldn't help it. I don't know what happened. Started apologizing for not having water bottles in the car. Pull out a bunch of extra phone, put them on the dashboard. Started talking to my cousin in Hindi. I never talk to my cousin. I don't know why I did that. You can laugh now, motherfuckers. It's okay. Because guess what? We're taking over. We're taking over not just Perth. We're taking over the whole fucking thing. Indians. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Apu was our Trojan horse. You all let your guards down after Apu. You're like, haha, you saw an Indian, you're like, haha, Apu, funny. Wait till Apu's your prime minister, motherfuckers. Ask England how that works. Yeah. I'm taking over the whole thing. We almost had a president in America. All tech companies, Indians were fucking... It was going to be China a few years back. Do you remember when China was going to take over? And we were all going to let it because China was like this really smart, efficient kid in class. We were all impressed. But then one day that kid came to class sick, made everybody sick. We were like, fuck that kid. It happened. All sus. Yeah. The funniest was seeing you all fall for yoga. You all think this is exercise, you fucking morons. It's making you more flexible, easier to take over. Yeah. It would be a great world when the Indians have taken over. Imagine this world when the Russian president is Indian. Vladimir Patel. Vladimir Patel wouldn't try to sell A-grade uranium to Iran. Hell no. He would try to sell them expired uranium. You know what I mean? It's okay, buddy, take it. The Chinese Communist Party president will be Indian. Yes. Xi Jinping. He will change the name of TikTok to Tuk Tuk. Thank you, everyone.
Round the applause! Let's get louder, louder! So we've been cheering, please welcome Jimmy Missen!
Hey everyone, how are we? Fuck yeah, that's the energy I need. I flew all the way over from Brisbane for this today. Yeah, I know, fucking you're telling me. I came straight here in a taxi. I was busting for a piss the entire drive, right? Finally got here, and as I was relieving myself in the toilet out the back there, I looked down on the floor, and there's just a scrunched up ball of toilet paper covered in fucking jizz. Yeah, correct reaction. I came out the back, I was telling the other comedians, they all start doubting me straight away. They're like, nah, someone probably just blew their nose and threw it down there. I'm like, guys, I know what fucking cum tastes like. All right, we're a cum crowd. My kind of people. My wife started a new job the end of last year, right? In an all-male work environment, which is pretty sick if you ask me, just surrounded by dicks all day. And I'm not insecure about it or anything, I trust her completely. But from the very first week, she started coming home and talking about this bloke, Barry. She's like, Barry made me a tea today and left a cute little note on it. Barry bought me lunch today. Barry paid for my car service today. That genuinely happened. And that's when I had to put my foot down. I go, babe, Barry's just trying to get his dick wet. She goes, ooh, you're disgusting. He's just being nice. So then I've had to break down the fuckboy handbook to her. Yeah, it was like a light bulb moment for her. She was like, oh my God, I think you might be right. She goes, all right, I'll go to work tomorrow. I'll set the record straight with him. She comes home from work the next day crying. And I've gone, oh my God, babe, what happened? And she goes, Barry's got cancer. And I've gone, no, he fucking doesn't. That's the last page of the fuckboy handbook, you know what I mean? The sympathy card. Turns out Barry had cancer. Yeah, Barry's dead. Relax. Barry's not dead. I just hate the bloke, so I kill him in my jokes. He does have cancer though, so fuck you, Barry. That'll do me tonight. I've been Jimmy Missen. Thank you.
Applause. Please welcome to stage Jack Langstaff.
Happy Valentine's Day once again. This is a cool couple going on here. You guys look like you've been at it for a while. This is your Valentine's Day, coming to see comedy. That's pretty cool. Does she still ask you, dumb hypothetical questions like, would you love me if I was a worm? And yes. So yes, then it still goes on. Stuff that'll never happen. Like, how would you react if I fucked Steve from the gym? There's bullshit, really. I don't know. I hate people who do that. On a completely unrelated note, if you could be an animal, which one would you be? Yeah? Good question. A worm? Good answer. Yeah. Me? Orca. Yeah. Apex predator. We've got one of those back in the UK. An apex predator is when you're at the top of the food chain and nothing can really touch you because you're such a good predator. We call him Prince Andrew. And it's interesting how that's now going to be a historical event. Like, it's going to be in someone's exams later on, and someone's going to fail their exams because, for his alibi, they guessed Pizza Hut, not Pizza Express. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, Orca's cool because you've got the intelligence of a 13-year-old boy, but you're in the ocean, And you can see it evident in their behaviour, Every now and then they yeet a seal, just for shits and giggles. Because they're bored, Yeah. I used to think octopus, but, you're intelligent enough just to know how vulnerable you really are. I used to work at Cicerillo's in Fremantle, and we had an octopus inside one of the tanks. He escaped. Not smart enough to go to the ocean. He went actually to the kitchen. So we had like a solid 3 weeks looking for a new octopus, which is harder than it sounds. And in that time, we had an empty tank with a picture of an octopus on the front. And during that time, I'd get all the tourists to come around and go, well, he's hiding, He's very good at camouflage. Can you see him? I can you? Yeah, it's good that you guys are keeping it together. Everyone give them a round of applause, keeping together at an age of 50% divorce rate. Yeah, that's good. All the divorcees in the audience go, woo! Hey, see. That's fun. I know there's at least half of you because it's 50% of the population. Left-handers in the audience go, woo! Hey, me too, 10%. Everyone with an IQ lower than 100. Yeah, got real fucking quiet, didn't you? I know it's half of you though. I know. I've seen the map. That shit'll shake up your worldview. Mongolia has a higher average IQ than the UK. It's a bit like dolphins. They were smart enough to get on land and go, it's not worth it, back to the ocean, fuck this. Yeah, legs aren't all they cracked up to be, And Mongolians, same thing. We did the whole Industrial Revolution. They're like, nah, horses. That's where it's at. You need a bow, you need a horse, the rest. And you know what? It sounds a lot better than whatever we're doing right fucking now, doesn't it? Yeah, I agree. Before Genghis Khan, no one looked like that. I can say those things because I speak Chinese, I was going to join the Navy, but I'm unvaccinated, so it turns out I'm actually an enemy of the state. So me and the Chinese have a lot more in common than I realised. But yeah.
Hello, Comedy Lounge, how are we tonight? Woo! I got a quick app to plug before I get into the comedy. My name's Dan. I've got this app coming out called Only Dan's. It's going to rival OnlyFans. It's where I send naked pictures of myself until you pay me to stop. I have made no money. Alrighty, has anyone checked out what happened in the news today? Yeah, get this. Afghanistan just completely outlawed the sale of televisions. It's a total Taliban. That's my favourite television joke. You want to hear my second? Alrighty. I just got a new TV, guys, and I'm so happy to say I'm back in the LGTV community. I'm joking. I actually got a new dishwasher, though. It's not going in a sexist direction, I promise you. Just lock in. So I just got this new dishwasher, and I realised dishwashers are a lot like a girlfriend. I'm not going in that direction. Don't worry. But I did notice, like, you know, they're a lot like a girlfriend, because, like, men aren't mature. Like, yeah, men are fucking children. Like, when we get one for the first time, a dishwasher, you know, we, like, bring all the mates around, and we're like, hey? Pretty fancy, eh? Yeah. It's great, because, like, you know, it takes a couple of days, you already know how to push all the buttons. You know, every night before bed, quick 30. There's other settings, but, like, we don't commit. But, like, a dishwasher, you find out it's very costly to maintain, and sometimes it's easy to just use your hands. But if you keep going like that, you know, like, there's some problems. If you keep going like that, eventually you come home and the plumber's fucking your dishwasher. Alright, guys, I'll leave you on one more joke. Just yesterday, I had a friend that's, she's Somali. And she said because she's Somali, she's a pirate. And that messed me up, because I was like, since when did pirates go from, like, Blackbeard to just black with a beard? Alrighty, guys, my name's Dan. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. We've already got a fan. Give it up for our acts, guys, especially Dan. How great was he? Fantastic. He was so good. I mean, he's not the brightest candle in the cake, but I'm sure somebody blows him, you know? Thanks. It is Valentine's Day after all. Look, I will address it. It's okay. I can see it in your eyes. It's fine. I get it a lot. Jesus, Ginger Spice has had it rough. Yes, slight difference though. This Ginger Spice just prefers it rough. That's all it is. Slight little difference. I am the very proud owner of 4 sex trophies. Impressive, isn't it? Also known as children. It just sounds better, doesn't it? You know, it sounds a little bit better. I do have the 4 kids. Give us a woo if you're a parent in here. Yeah, give us a woo if you got more than 2. Okay, everyone else, well done on your pull-out game. Amazing. Very good. I didn't get the memo. When you do have more than 2, though, you start to become very good at something. Oh, yes, we're very good at something. Drinking. God, we're very good at drinking. I was at the local bottle-o just around the corner from mine, hoping rosé was on special, as you do. And the checkout chick went to me, oh, babe, have you got some ID on you? And I was like, oh, me, ID? Shit, no, sorry, forgot it. I've got my 4 sex trophies with me, though. And she looked at me up and down and went, oh, Dal, you're an Armadale. That doesn't mean shit in Armadale. Really doesn't. I'll tell you what, it is challenging being a parent nowadays, it really is. I find it a little bit more challenging than most. I have a daughter who has special needs, okay? She's low-functioning autistic. There's one random woo up the back, that's great. And she's non-verbal, so she can't communicate like we can. She can't talk normally. So I get quite sad some days, I'll be honest. Because look, I just wish the other 3 would shut the fuck up, you know? Just shut up. Why can't you be more like your sister? It's crazy. I will tell you one thing though, and you know, I know what you're thinking. It's okay. Yes, you're thinking, is she or isn't she? Is she? I don't know. I am 100% a hairdresser. That's right. I am, absolutely. I tell you what, I've done 18 years of hairdressing, and this is the one thing I've learned, okay? Number one rule, always go with the lie. Never say what you want to think, okay? Because you always get that client, she comes in, she goes, has a picture, always a picture. I want to look just like her. First of all, that's Kylie Jenner with a wig. So you go with the lie, right? You tell her what she wants to hear. You go, oh, yeah, babe, that's going to look amazing. You're going to be a new woman. You'll be number 2, Kylie Jenner, number 2, right? What you don't say is, fuck off, Helen. It's going to take 2 bottles of Jackson in a very dark room to make it look like that. Thanks, guys.
Corey White, louder, louder, louder. So we'll be cheering Corey White.
Fucking hell, how good's this? I was doing the Riverside Theatre last year, opening for Jim Jeffries in front of 5,000 people, and as I stared out at the crowd, I thought, fuck, I hope this gets me a gig at Australia's Funniest Comedian at the Comedy Lounge. My hopes and dreams have been realised. You have to excuse his haircut. I am currently halfway through transitioning into a lower tax bracket. So, things are good. Trying to live my authentic true self. On a serious note, before I kick off proper, I would like to take the time to acknowledge the Wajak people, who are the traditional owners of the land, and apologise to them for not getting a better price out of the new Chinese owners of the land. You know how it is, exporting baby formula and iron ore and strategic interests, eh? Just importing spies, cheap hookers and methamphetamine. So, it's a very healthy trade relationship. You know what Confucius says though, right? It is better to be behind the 8 ball than in possession of one. So, right? Fuck, you know what amphetamine, mate. Have a look at that. Can't be true, bro. You're too fat to be on the gear. Tell you a bit about myself. I'm actually the second most prominent comedian from Bassendean. Hey. For those of you who don't know, the first one is Rolf Harris. So, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Funnily enough, I'm actually a criminal lawyer. I do my best to put potentially dangerous people back into the community, and it's very rewarding work. Obviously a difficult thing to be funny about though, given the gravity of what I do, because I do a lot of work in the domestic violence courts, and in this cultural moment, jokes about domestic violence can be a little bit hit and misses. So, you roll with the punchlines, don't you? But, tell you what, God's got a cruel sense of humour, right? Because there's an old adage, God is a comedian playing to an audience where nobody's laughing. And I see this in my life, right? Like my friends who are well-educated together, people who should have children, find it extremely difficult to conceive. And then at work I come across these no-hoper lumpenprol crackheads who get an 8-ball on a long weekend and get triplets. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair. My friends who are struggling to conceive are thinking about IVF. I was like, fucking hell, have you thought about IV math? You know what I mean? Like, it's probably fucking cheaper, you know what I mean? What you're losing teeth, you're gaining viable embryos, but... all I'm saying is the ferals are particularly fucking fertile. And you know how I know this? There's no fertility clinics in Rockingham, so... where there is, it's called the Magistrates Court, but you don't want to go. Trust me. But who needs methamphetamine when just about everyone's got a prescription for Dexies or Vyvanse? Am I right, girls? Getting shit done, keeping the weight off. I'm no longer responsible for my behaviour. We have the highest prescription rate of dexamphetamines anywhere in the Western world, right? Like the last society that was this medicated on amphetamines marched into Poland. You know what I mean? And to be fair, they didn't fucking procrastinate, did they? They got a lot of shit done. It's funny, man. Everyone's been talking about, yeah, watch the Sam Kerr trial this week. Man, because I'm a criminal lawyer, all anyone's asked me about, you know, what do you think about the Sam Kerr trial? And I was like, man, well, look, it's kind of funny, you know, to an Indian being in the back of a cab worried about being raped. I mean, it's irony. You're racist for laughing at that. Anyway. You guys are supposed to vote, and we all know you're going to fuck that up come the election, so I can't be fucked. Enjoy your night. Take care. Be good, eh?
Going right, everybody! We've still got 786 acts to go in this section before the end. I'm going to bring on the next act. His name is Grant Mushet. All I need you guys to do, start the applause! Let's get louder, louder, so we can cheering. Please welcome Grant Mushet!
Hello. How's it going? You having a good night? Excellent, man. Nice to meet you all. Fuck, how you doing, man? You alright? Oh, fuck, I recognise you. I'm packing the crowd. I got 50 people here just to win the votes. That's what I did, man. It's good to be out, man. Good to be out. I had a baby last year. Yeah, thank you very much. 4 of you. That's excellent. When I met my wife, she already had 2 children. So now I've got 2 stepkids and 1 favourite. I'll be letting them know as well, you know, if they try and pull any of that, like, you're not my real dad shit with me. Okay, go find him then. I'm from Scotland. Scotland's got a bad cocaine problem, you know, or a good party scene, depending how you look at it. Scotland take more cocaine per capita than any other country in the world. That's a crazy stat for such a small nation. They take so much cocaine that, in fact, the Scottish flag itself originally was just a solid blue rectangle. And then St Andrew racked out 2 fat lines. Corner to corner. I love that. I got a knee slap off this guy. I'll have a singular knee slap in a room full of people I'm trying to entertain. Feels really good. Feels like getting a thumbs up during sex. You're doing an adequate job, buddy. Keep going. Maybe you'll get there. My wife and I, we got engaged on the Ningaloo Reef. Yeah, better believe I got a blowjob at that night. We were up there with the 2 stepkids, you know, and I was trying to get the proposal done, man, but the weeks were going past and I wasn't getting it done. I was starting to stress out and thinking I'm not going to get the proposal done, I'm not going to get married to my wife. I was freaking out, and then one day on the beach I sort of cracked the shits and I said, come on babe, we're going to walk. And we left the kids a couple of 100 metres down the shoreline, just hoping a big fucking wave would come in, to be honest with you guys. Maybe their dad would wash up, who knows. And then I saw a sand dune, and I said to my wife, come on, we'll go up there, and she was like, fuck off. You just want a hand job in the dunes. I did just want a hand job in the dunes. Ruined my plan, foiled my surprise, had to get down on one knee right there and then. Just wanked myself off. My wife introduced a sex toy really early into the bedroom. Like too early. I don't mind admitting this, it made me feel really insecure. Made me feel like my willy was being challenged to a duel. On guard. Because it wasn't a little sex toy, you know, it wasn't like a little bullet, it was fucking huge, man. It was like 2 foot long, had a big black head on it. The head on this thing was so big and so black, I thought my South African wife was going to tie it up and make it do the dishes. They're so strong, sex toys these days as well, man. They're incredibly powerful. They're like military-grade weapons, man. Like the SAS could capture a terrorist and somebody would be like, let's waterboard this guy. And The little creepy fucker would come from round the corner. Bald head, glasses, 4 foot nothing. No, boys. Here's a 38-inch black mamba. This motherfucker's gonna talk. They're so strong, sex toys these days, man. They're so strong. There'll be a whole generation of ladies out there whose clitorises have carpal tunnel syndrome. You can Google carpal tunnel syndrome later. If you have a white clitoris, you already know what it is. Ladies and gents, I've been Grant Mushet. Thank you very much. Good night.
Grant Mushet, everybody! 6 more acts! We're going to bring on the fantastic Andrew Wolfe next. Let's start the applause! Loud, let's hear it!
Hey! Hey guys, fucking how you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know. You get a vibe. I'm not right in the head. Do you feel it? I'm not well. Hey, this is like getting a lift home with a drink driver. Hey, do you fucking no, I'm not well. Have you guys ever looked in the mirror and you've seen the reflection? It's so bad you've had to take the day off work. You end up in sick leave. I actually quit drinking recently and people are still taking the keys off me at the end of the night. They're like, you can't drive like that. I'm like, drive like that? I'm living life like that, can't. I'm filling out my superannuation film like this. Yeah, I'm not well at all. Do you guys ever get impulsive thoughts? Right now I'm thinking about just running off. Hey, fuck the contest. Do you ever get intrusive thoughts where you're just at the train station, you're like, just fucking push her on the tracks? You bet Coles or Granny's taking too long? You're like, drop the elbow, let's move, Cheryl. Fuck. You'll be bathing your kids? Nah, that's too much. Is that too much? Come on, get on board, motherfuckers! I don't know, I'd see a psychiatrist. It's always like, why bother? Do you agree? Like, fucking denial works for me. Fuck you. Time heals all wounds, not if you pick at the scabs. Every week with a trauma coach, you know? Treat it like drink driving. Just do not check your rearview mirror. Just go. You hit Nan, she's dead. Keep driving, cunt. What the fuck? When do you accept your faulty goods? Have you got to that point? It's a wiring issue. You're not going to fix it down here. You're going to get up to head office and demand a refund. You guys are pulling back. Are you guys religious? What's going on? Being religious is just an easy way to tell if someone's got a learning disability, okay? As soon as you can read, you realise it's a pyramid scheme for paedophiles. Let's go. None of it makes sense. I remember growing up, I'm like, for heaven's so good, why don't we go there now, Dad? You work at Bunnings, what the fuck? What are we doing? I think the only people who need religion are old people. I can see some in the crowd now. Fucking clock's ticking. Why do one religion? Why not treat it like a sports bet multi, do you know? Go and get blessed by every priest in the paddock. You know what you wouldn't do? Buddhism. Are you on board for Buddha? Buddha's a big boy. I'm not getting spiritual advice from a comfort eater, okay? Clear your mind. Why don't you clear another plate, you fat fuck, trying to eat your way through your problems, fuckhead. I like fat people more than skinny. Are you sick of the skinny guy? Have you had enough with Jeff from Fitness First? Fuck you. He's always explaining calories to you. Oh, you gotta eat less. I'm not eating because I'm hungry, Jeff. I'm eating because I'm sad, okay? Because I don't feel good in my body. Do you guys feel good in your body? Have you ever seen your reflection on the street? It's so bad you gotta run and find smaller and smaller reflections. Eventually you're just staring into a spoon doing heroin. You realise that's the only way I can love myself. I just want the energy of that old guy. You know the old guy in the surf life-saving change room that just wanders around naked? Just going, yeah, that's my dick, deal with it. It curls like a pig's tail. Oink, oink, oink. Not everyone gets it. My ex's mother-in-law, she had plastic surgery at 57. 57, is that leaving it a bit late? That's like renovating a house 3 weeks before the demolition. What are you doing, sir? She got a boob job, that's like taping 2 balloons to a skeleton. Holy fuck, it's Halloween! I'm dating her right now, so chill the fuck out! Fuck. I've got kids, can you believe it? Fuck. First custody battle where both parents fought not to keep the children. I celebrated Father's Day by getting a vasectomy. I was like, you know what? Just scoop my whole dick out. Fuck off. I'm done, fuckhead. I'm feeling so judged right now. I get judged all the time. My 5-year-old judges me. Oh, Dad, you're a loser. You lost the house. I'm like, you can't even read, you little cunt, okay? I do have a house. I'm just not allowed back in it at the moment. Can get there with a drone though, can't I? Fuck yes. JB Hi-Fi, bringing families back together, dickhead. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Just a quick side note, don't do meth. Don't do meth. Enough steps. We've still got like 5 more acts to go. Are we all enjoying ourselves so far? Moving on to fantastic Anisa Nandaula. All of you guys do start the applause. No, it's really cheering. Please on the stage, Anisa Nandaula.
Hello. My name's Anisa, and I love being African Australian. It's my favorite thing. I went to school in Australia, and my teachers used to come up to me. They'd be like, "Excuse me, no hat, no play." I was like, "I'm black, go away." I remember my first day of school in Australia, the teacher was like, "Everyone, this is Anisa. She's from Africa." And all the kids were like, even the one Indian was like, I was like, fuck off, Raj. I got asked all these stupid questions. Like, the dumbest question I got asked is I sneezed, and this one boy was like, I didn't know Africans could sneeze. What did he think we did differently? Like, did he think the white Australian kids, when they sneezed, they were like, ah, choo. And as an African, I was like, ah, sapenya. This guy's like, fucking heads up, actually. Do you know how weird it is being African Australian, taking this overseas? I went to Indonesia, and this little Balinese guy's like, where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from Australia. And he goes, try again. I think Africa. I was like, you little cunt. Do you know how weird it is to look like Whoopi Goldberg and identify as Steve Irwin? What the fuck? I feel really Australian because I'm dating an Aussie. My boyfriend, he's Australian Chinese. I'm African Muslim. We're gonna give birth to Pauline Hanson's wet dream. My boyfriend, he's very Chinese in the face. And when I first met him, I was trying to flirt. I was like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from Australia. I was like, try again. My dad lives in Uganda, and he sends me motivational messages on WhatsApp. This is the one from today. In life, dream big. Strive for the things that you want. And most importantly, remember, when times get hard, don't be gay. When times get hard, don't be gay. What does he think I'm gonna do? Does he think I'm accidentally gonna crash my car and be like, no? I want you to understand the confidence it takes for a grown woman to go, when times get hard, don't be gay. I texted back, in this economy, no promises. I was so poor when I lived in Uganda. You know, like, we never had electricity. We would light candles. So I associate candles with being broke. So now when my Aussie boyfriend's like trying to be sexy by lighting candles and leaving handcuffs on the bed, I'm like, you fucking threatening me? I'm not going back. He loves the scent. He's like, it's pomegranate. I'm like, you don't pronounce it like that. It's pronounced poverty. And I've lived in Australia for so long that I don't know anything about Uganda, you know? Like, now I've got to Google facts about my country. These are the 2 facts that I discovered about Uganda. So the first fact is whenever tourists come to my country, they often get run over because our traffic is crazy. And then the second fact is Uganda is known for making the best coffee. Yeah, so in either situation, we make a good flat white. Uh-oh. This is the one thing that I always miss. Like, as a little black girl, I always loved Disney fairy tales, but I felt like I could never see myself in them, you know? Because they didn't look like me. But I reckon if Rapunzel was black, the story would be very different. If Rapunzel was black, this is what would happen. The prince would be like, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And then African Rapunzel would be like, okay. Good night.